Welcome to a new fragrance review. Today we're going to try Drakkar Intense by Laroche. So I finally was able to find a sample of this fragrance. If you don't know, Drakkar Noir is actually the first fragrance that I purchased. It's also the first blind buy that I did because I just found the bottle, heard that it was good. Said I think it was $20 at the time, and in my mind it was like, wow, that's like super cheap for like amazing fragrance. And I got it, I loved it, and now I found a new one. For the little look, here's what the little card looks like. In the back shows a picture of the bottle inside. Little text that says Drakkar Intense is the new and even more powerful interpretation of Drakkar Noir. Bold, rebellious, and addictive, the scent blend with the depth of suede harmony with the warmth of a touch of vanilla. Zesty note of bergamot and sage essences add to a fresh contrast for a sensual and unforgettable thrill. Seductive and vibrant masculinity captured in a bottle. It comes in a little plastic vial like this with a spray, like a lot of fragrance. So let's go with the smell, but just with a little nod to the text. And there's one thing specific that it says, and the whole thing that it says, interpretation of Drakkar Noir, and I'm gonna go with paper. I haven't smelled it on paper actually, I just smell it on my skin. And I would say that I kind of don't really see it. How much is it an interpretation of Drakkar Noir? I would get that it's like the same lines, like a lot of fragrance, they kind of are in the same line, but they're not like so similar. You can think of the Amen line, for example, or we can think of Eros Flame and the original Eros. I mean, you see that they're in the same line, but wouldn't call them an interpretation of each other. Same for this, wouldn't call it an interpretation of Drakkar Noir, but for the rest of what it says, I think it's spot on. So let's try to smell for real. As I spray it, there's a lot of freshness, and yeah, I get like the little whiff of freshness in the beginning. Remind me a lot of Drakkar Noir. Some soapiness, some forest type cleanness. I don't know what to explain better than this. That's there in the air, which is not alone. There is something of Drakkar Noir inside of it, but that's not the only thing. Yeah, on paper it smells more Drakkar Noir than on my skin. Way more modern. Picking up some wormwood. It's not the first note I'm picking up, but its fragrance is really well blended. And I did a video last week about what actually I mean with well blended. And it's just that it's hard to like pinpoint like a specific note. Picking up some juniper berry. Juniper berry is really low in the perfume like pyramid that they call in Fragrantica, but I think its paper is really present. Picking up some sage, some lavender. For some reason, lavender don't occur on my skin. Occurs at rosemary. Probably that it's just linalool, and that's the way it occurred with the blend. Picking up some coriander. There's like barely some bergamot, a little bit of suede, a little bit of moss also, and a little bit of patchouli. Picking up pretty much everything that's on the perfume pyramid. On my skin, what I was picking up was a lot of wormwood and a lot of sage in the top. Was also picking up a noticeable amount of bergamot, a little bit of patchouli, a little bit of rosemary, and a little bit of juniper berry. And I was picking up something that reminded me of coriander, but I'm not sure it was coriander. Probably some aroma chemical. Maybe it's really weak on me. Maybe it kind of influenced other things. I don't know. But it's enough for me to say that I was picking up something like that, but not enough to say that I was really picking it up. In the heart notes, I was picking up a lot of clary sage, which is the main note of the fragrance at that point. Also picking up a noticeable amount of juniper berry, and I was picking up a little bit of patchouli and a little bit of suede. And in the base notes, I was picking up a lot of patchouli and a little bit of suede, a little bit of oak moss. Projection was really good. Good 6 feet around me, people were able to pick it up, though it's somewhat still summer, I would say. Maybe it helped a little bit. It was really soft, and that's 6 feet, but still noticeable. Longevity was pretty good. It was over 12 hours. I think when I went to bed, I could still smell it, though when I woke up in the morning, I couldn't. And for the complete note breakdown, top notes are wormwood, coriander, bergamot, and rosemary, Heart notes are sage, lavender, and juniper berry. And the base notes are patchouli, moss, suede, and lavender. And where I would see this fragrance, I think it will be a great business fragrance. It's nice, it's masculine, woody, aromatic. This is an aromatic fougere. So someone told once that the fougere is the smell of a forest. So I think that's why I would say woody a little bit. It will be a great business scent. I think it's not there as a dating scent. It's not the type of scent that's popular right now for that. So I wouldn't put it at that specific type of fragrance. Though I know some people will be able to pull it off, especially if you're the kind of guy that wear like super heavy masculine fragrance, like those really woody or like resinous stuff. You would pull it up easily. In the winter summer spectrum, I would say more toward transition season, though winter would be pretty good. I was wearing it in summer, not in the peak heat. If you put less spray, should work. It's not like those super sweet fragrance that smell extremely synthetic, so you would be able to pull it off also. And as an everyday scent, I think it's really good. The fragrance, I don't think it's like super expensive. Of course, I got like a sample, not quite sure for the price, but those fragrance, like in the Drakkar line, typically they're not really expensive. Last the whole day, smell good. I wouldn't, hard for me to put it as like an everyday fragrance because there's a little bit something like bold, I would say, though it's not offensive. It's not a mass appealing fragrance, but it's really great. I think you could really easily pull it off as an everyday scent. It's just not that typical soapy shower gel kind of fragrance that you will imagine, or that nice little clean, fresh citrus fragrance that usually you would see in those kind of type of fragrance. It's really different, but it checks all the boxes you need to make a good everyday scent anyway. Personally, I think it's really good. I still enjoy the original Drakkar Noir. I think it might be because there's some like sentimentality with it. It's still the fragrance that I first purchased, so that might be why. Also, I feel Drakkar Noir is a better summer fragrance. The smells smell really great, really wood, like foresty in summer. And I think it's really great summer fragrance. That's how I like to wear Drakkar, and that DNA in winter would be nice, but it's not really what I'm looking for as much as the original. But I think a lot of people might enjoy this one better. It's more modern, it's less soapy, and like that little synthetic soap smell that there's in Drakkar Noir. I like Drakkar Noir in summer because that synthetic smell seems to evaporate or dissipate really easily when it's hot versus when it's cold, it stays there really strong. Well, that smell doesn't seem to be there in Drakkar Intense, so it will be easier to wear it for people and more interesting for a lot of people. So I think you should check it out. Definitely, if you like those old school masculine fragrance, but you don't like the old school aspect of it, this is something you should check out. It's really a great fragrance, and I'm really happy that I got a little sample. I'm not sure I'm gonna buy a bottle, but maybe. So, hope you enjoyed the video. If it's the case, well, like and share if you tried this fragrance, Drakkar Intense, or you're a big fan of Drakkar Noir and fragrance and the like. Tell me what you think about this one and which of the Drakkar series is your favorite. So, thanks for watching, and see you soon.